people, how are you? Today I'm going to be talking about The Mercy of Gods by James A. Corey. I don't know if you have read the Expanse books, but if you haven't, I do recommend them to you a lot if you like sci-fi, space opera, and above all, I think humanity, real humanity, all kinds of humanity, all our failings, all our great achievements, and also having an inclusive cast of characters. Yeah, that's what we're going to be finding on the Expanse, and this is something that we're going to be finding here. After having loved the Expanse so much, I was like, a bit like on the fence, wondering, I know that I'm going to love this book, I know that I'm going to be enjoying this book, but will I love it better than the Expanse? Or, I have to say that at least this first book for me was like best. I don't want to be comparing these two series because they all have their own thing going on, but I was very pleasantly surprised by this one. I mean, it exceeded all my expectations, and these authors have grown so much since the Expanse. Expanse was amazing from the first books to the last, but this one for me is like, yeah, it tops everything. What will we finding here? I'm not going to be entering into any kind of a spoiler thing, and I'm going to be very brief about explaining what goes in here, so I don't want to spoil anything as I say, and I want you to be so pleasantly surprised as I was when I began reading the book. Let's say that we have this humanity like living in this planet, and we are going to be introduced to this cast of characters who are going to be accompanying us on the journey that we're going to take with them. And suddenly there is this alien invasion, and they are like taken prisoners and brought back to the aliens planet, and they're going to be offer this challenge. They have to fulfill this test that the aliens are going to present the characters with. And yeah, that's the premise of the book. I'm not making it any kind of justice, I know, but let's say that nothing is what appears. We are going to be finding different kinds of aliens or extraterrestrial forms, if you want, in this book, and we are going to be learning a lot about them as we keep on reading. And I did love this intake of having like these different civilizations and why are they in this planet, what's going on. And yeah, I think this book brings for this idea of colonialism, and taking different species and bringing them into another planet and expecting them to fulfill these ideas. It's like, and also thinking, if we didn't do that, they will be extinct. I do love to have this kind of things in books that makes you realize about colonialism and the evils it brings about, even when it presents itself as a kind of savior that brings, different things to different people. And I love how they present here this naked truth about colonialism and invasion, and about trying to eradicate what makes a culture with their different beliefs and their ways of living and all of that. And yeah, also I love this idea of having this group of people who were together in Earth. It wasn't Earth, it was another planet, but and they knew each other in this concept of co-workers. Some of them have different kinds of relationships, friendships, love relationships, infatuations, and they are taken from that place, and they undergo this journey, which it's very, very hard on them, and they began to cohabitate. This first cohabitation in which they are trying to survive being taken from their home planet, being thrown into this kind of cage, being, forced to do horrible things like prison camps, containment kind of thing, and how this changes the relationship they have with them. They enter into survival mode. They're going to experience different kind of traumas, and these characters that we have known as merely co-workers, having all the luxuries and all the things that we all take for granted, are going to be stripped of all of it, and even they are going to be forced to confront their own humanity and what implies for all of them, to live and to thrive, and what are they going to do when everything is taken from them. And then they're given this housing and this test that they have to fulfill, as I was saying, and they are going to react, every one of them, they're going to react differently. We are going to be experiencing different kinds of trauma, and I think also that's very important. That's what I say, that these authors write about humanity, naked humanity, about surviving, about people with different kinds of traumas, mental illnesses, shortcomings in their own lives, being incredible minds, being people who are very unassuming and can surprise you. I love that we have this different array of characters with different kinds of spiritualities, different kinds of sexualities, different kinds of, seeing the life, wanting to go around and do their own thing. And I love that we have different characters that I think, for me, it's very important to have characters who reflect reality, mental health, illnesses, different sexual orientations. And for me, it's very important. And as I say, I think these authors are very woke in this kind of thing. And I loved it for them. I love it for them. Oh my God, I want to say so many good things about it that, yeah, my English is flowing through the window. Okay, we are going to be confronted with the idea, as I say, of survival, and what are you willing to do when you have to face your own life and probably the certainty of your own death. If they don't manage to fulfill this test, they don't know what's going to happen to them, but it looks like they will be raised. So yeah, it's like, what do you do when you have experienced trauma so severe that all your life is altered? When you have been uprooted from your home and bring forcefully into another place, like these prison camps. They're going to be referencing prison camps and what people do to survive in them, and this fear of never going back home, never seeing your things, your family, your home, your friends, everything that you were before. It's completely, blown out of the window when you are presented with this, and it makes you think about things that I think it's like all of the parallelisms, the things that really are happening in our world today. And under these guys, we have these alien forms that are, picking these different alien forms and bringing them to this planet and forcing them to do different things. We are seeing colonialism, imperialism, eradication of what makes a culture, an individual, trauma, imprisonment, and how do you cope, how do you survive, how all these things are going to alter you, how you are not the same person that you were yesterday, and you don't know who are you going to be tomorrow, how are you going to cope, how you're going to deal. I mean, this book blew my mind. It's amazing. It's very heartfelt. The plot is amazing. The world building is amazing. The different alien forms that we are going to be finding in this book, it's amazing. And I do love this moment in the book in which one of our characters is going to be kind of interviewing different alien forms that are living in this planet that also have been taken from their home. And I love the different realities that all of these different cultures are going to to offer to our character. And as I say, that makes you think about the real world and take you like a very real hard look around us and also to ourselves, into ourselves. So this is an amazing book. You are going to love it. If you have read The Expanse or the books from Ty Frank or Daniel Abrams, you know what to expect. If you haven't, this is an amazing book. You are going to love it. It's amazing. You aren't going to be able to put it down because it's so good, you people. Yeah. Check this one out because I don't know what more to say to convince you. You have to read this one. Thank you for watching. Bye.